Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Soul Dip, and these are some brand new colors that are available now that are perfect for Valentine's Day season. So we're going to start off with a beautiful red called My Heart. We're also doing the gel method today, and we're making a set of press-ons here on the Shape and Style short coffin. So I am dipping into a cupcake liner here in this red. Check it out. It is full coverage. It is everything. It has the most perfect shimmer, and I'm completely blown away by that coverage. And let me just tell you, so this color right here, not only is it perfect for Valentine's Day, but this is a great red. This is a classic red. It's never going to go out of style. And this red right here, it's very bright, vibrant. It's very rich in color, and it's going to complement so many different skin tones. In my opinion, this red right here, it is definitely a must-have based on how bright and vibrant and full coverage this is, especially with the gel method. But yet alone, it has like this perfect shimmer to it, and I could not be more obsessed with this red. So that is why we are carrying this red into 4 nails today. We are doing a very simple mani today, but yet we're going to be doing a really fun accent nail with another new color from Soul Dips. Now, Soul Dips just released a whole bunch of new Valentine's Day colors today, and some of the colors are also perfect for that transition into spring. All right, so I was completely blown away by the coverage here, and I debated for a hot second there if I was just gonna leave it as is and only have this one coat. So that's what I was admiring. I was admiring that amazing, just full coverage, not patchy or streaky, just like the perfect red nail right there. But I went in and did another coat here so we could just really see the vibrancy pull through. So you can see here the difference of the 2 dips versus 1. And then I did the rest of the 2 dips off camera just to save some time. So now, Steal My Heart, it is definitely living up to its name because it definitely stole my heart for sure. So this is a really fun powder in itself, and it has a darker base, but don't let that throw you off because it is a really fun thermal. So you have like this awesome, like dark vampy kind of base with this beautiful foil in this red right here. It definitely makes all the elements in this powder pop. And then there's also some black heart-shaped glitters in here, and we're going to be playing with those here in just a minute. Now that first coat, it's okay if you don't pick up a lot of foils or if you don't pick up any of those glitter pieces. You really just want a really awesome base to start. I'm just gently pressing everything down, and then I removed a bigger piece of foil. After we cured, I am dusting off, and then you can already see when we cured it, it's a tad bit lighter. So you can already see that thermal is already kicking in action here. But we're going to go in with another layer here of gel base. I'm doing a very thin layer of gel base, and I can already tell that these foils are great quality because most of the time when you're playing with red foils, they will bleed, and they're not bleeding or anything like that as of right now. So that is awesome. So now that we dipped into that cupcake liner, we definitely picked up more. We have beautiful red foils. We have a little heart-shaped glitter that fell off, but don't worry, we're going to be adding more here in a moment. And anytime that I'm working with foils or glitters, I will always spend, doesn't matter if I'm using dip liquids or gels, I will always spend quite a bit of time here just making sure everything is laying super flat. But check it out after I cured it. That color change is everything. And I will say I am completely shocked on how sensitive this thermal powder is. Now, a lot of times when you're playing with the gel method like we're doing today and using a thermal, a lot of times you will not get a color like thermal change payoff or anything like that. It either will stay one color or you will not have a really awesome thermal effect like we're having right now. But I will tell you that this powder is super sensitive, and I'm not having any issues with the gel method when it comes to this thermal. It's such a fun powder, and I do love the base of it, and I love the play of the red and the black. The black hearts are everything. They're very tiny. They are laying very flat to the nail. So what I did is I applied a layer of gel base to the nail that's not cured, and I'm adding some hearts. I'm going to add some more foils as well. This step is totally optional. You could totally just leave it as it was organically when we dipped it, or you can do what we're doing right now by adding a whole bunch of elements to this nail, but I love it so much. It's definitely a really unique but yet really beautiful powder, and I like how you could use this for another season as well. this would be a fun color right here to rock for Halloween. So now to absorb some more of that gel base after we placed everything on the nail, I did go back into that cupcake liner and then just dipped it in there to help absorb some of that that gel base. And then I'm just gonna gently press everything down. But back to this powder for Halloween, I think it would be awesome for like a spooky mani, and you could just like not add the hearts, but this would be another way you could totally incorporate this powder into another holiday. But I love it so much. Now that everything's pressed down and super flat, I'm gonna cure for 30 seconds, and you can see here that thermal change is coming through. So we're gonna dust it off here, and I will say I'm completely obsessed with Steal My Heart. Like I said before, the name is perfect, and overall it's just a really unique powder. Definitely a must-have. So filing and buffing, I'm just going to clean up the sidewalls and the free edge and just ever so lightly reshape, but everything was laying super flat because I did take time to just make sure everything was pressed down, and I also did very thin layers of gel base in between each coat. And then I'm making sure I'm using that file directly underneath the press on as well, cleaning up any dip powder and then just ever so lightly reshaping. But I will say this powder right here, even though it has foils and glitters in it, everything is laying super flat. Underneath was super easy to clean up as well, and we're just going to have a really smooth transition when we are applying this press-on set to the natural nail. But I could not be more obsessed with how this mani turned out. All right, so I did the rest of the filing and buffing off camera, and then to finish up this mani, we're going to do a layer of gel base. I'm going to apply the gel base to all the nails, and I do like to cure as we go. And then I will finish up with a layer of gel top coat and cure for 60 seconds. And then to apply my press-on sets, I like to use dip base. I just put a little bit of dip base on my natural nail and then a little bit on the press-on and then hold down for 30 seconds. All right, so here's the finished mani. I love it so much. I'm sure you could tell already. Even though it's a very simple mani, there's something about the brightness of this beautiful red from my heart. And then we have our accent nail here, which is fantastic. And these powders also worked great with the gel method, especially this red. Sometimes when you're working with darker or red colors, they can pull a little dark shadowy, but these worked perfectly with the gel method. Now, if these colors are not your cup of tea, head over to Soul Dips. There's tons of beautiful colors on the website. You're definitely going to find something that catches your eye, especially with that new Valentine's Day release. So everything that we did use in today's video can be found in that description box below. I hope you enjoyed this simple Valentine's Day mani, and I'll see you all in the next one.